we are talking so nicely about the issue of mineral development, oil and gas, and we don't address the question of land. Issues of land rights, issue of land ownership, issue of land utilization. If we don't address that question, we are still going to go back to square one. For example, you realize that the interpretation of the issue of land by the people of Acholi has a very big gap and mismatch in what the law says. And these are interpretations, sometimes are perception, and sometimes are reality. So this mismatch has caused us a lot of challenges. He has just made mention the issue of speculative transaction in the issues of land. Because the mineral map, I'm glad the mineral map has been presented today. We have been looking for that for all these other years. Speculators come to buy land, which is now very cheap, by the way, actually, something. Very, very cheap. They come to buy land, which essentially, in the custom and interpretation of the Acholi people, that land was not supposed to be sold. So these are issues. There is land conflict. Recently, there was an issue of the issue of customary, they call it what? COC? Customary certificate of customary certificate of customary ownership. And this is where the problem is. We have not sat down as a people to look at the pros and cons of this customary certificate of ownership. We have not seen it. But the Ministry of Lands comes from Kampala, meets a few people, start distributing this certificate. And we have, in fact, that some of these certificates are now being converted to either freehold or leasehold. So is this a kind of strategy that is being used by the system, by the government, to issue this certificate and later convert it to freehold and leasehold for people now to own this land in perpetuity? So these are issues. So I just wanted to highlight, Madam Minister, that the question of land will never actually be handled in isolation with the issue of oil, mineral, and gas. Lastly, Madam PS, I just want to remind you that there is a commission called Equal Opportunity Commission. Equal Opportunity Commission. And as Parliament, by the way, we have been rationalizing some of these commissions and especially, institutions. We're even thinking that this commission should not be rationalized. It should not be merged with the one of human rights. It should stand on its own. I want to refer you to the report of this commission, the recently issued report of this commission. I think I have a copy in my phone here. I cannot know whatever it is. This commission normally conduct an analysis and research on the issues that affects the entire country. In terms of employment, in terms of opportunities, access to water, access to roads, etc., etc. And they issued a statement in the sector of oil and gas. So when we talk about the issue of national content, we are talking about the issue of local content. Because national content cannot be talked about in isolation of the issue of local content. And I think that's why you brought Okin here, you brought somebody here called Dom, somebody here called Kwera. Because you want to tell us that, even if people are talking, you the Acholis are talking, we have the Okinos and the others are being here. Yeah, I mean, that's it. So the issue of the commission indicates that when you take the sector of oil and gas, whether in scholarship, you find that limited number of Nigerian people normally get this scholarship. When you go to the national oil and you got national oil company. It is also made in the report.
Are you still on that?
No, I'm not finalizing. They have very limited numbers of the people. Similarly, on the issue of the authority. So let's take in cognizance of the fact that this commission has issued this based on the fact that we need to have equal opportunity and equal share in as far as the national care is concerned. Thank you very much.